Well, Jim, obviously 1998 was a pretty traumatic year for you, and reliving it wasn't much fun.
Hey, I got an idea.
What's that?
I got an idea. If they can do the new Midnight Express, they can do the fake Razor and Diesel. What would people have thought if they did the new Rolling Stones? And you had Ron Wood there, but the rest of them were members of the Strawberry Alarm Clock.
I don't think that would go over too well.
You think that would get over?
Nope. Not really.
All right.
But
go ahead.
Something to cheer you up right here on the show. I'm not sure of this person's name because they did not put it in the email. Thus, I'm not even sure if it's a man or a woman, but I'll just read the question, or the comment here.
You might not know if they put the name in.
I'm a longtime listener and decided to get Jim a personal cameo from the one and only Gillberg. I hope you play it on the podcast because Mr. Gill sounded like he had a blast recording this and reminiscing about a time you killed some wrestlers' dreams.
Okay. And by the way, I guess there's no way to send me a cameo because I don't have the smartphone. So this is like the next best thing.
If you recall this story, can you please elaborate about the second time you were embarrassed to be a part of the wrestling business?
Okay.
And let's play this from Gillberg.
Okay, this thing says it's for Jim Cornette. Now, I don't know if it is or not, but if it is, what's up, Jim? How you doing, brother? And let me tell you something. Oh, the old Gillberg's back, man. That's right, the Gillberg's back. How you doing, brother? Look, they asked me to say a little deal about something that I, knew. So, back in the day, it was, I guess, I was about 3-4 years in the business. And I was running a show, MCW, because Barry Hardy and I owned it back then, if you remember. And we brought you in. And one of the kids had sold 100 tickets. And he sucked. And I'm not going to say his name because he's still a worker. But man, he sucked. And I mean, you went out to the ring with him. After the match, he goes in, he's all excited and everything, and you're sitting there, and you're just like, oh my God, man. And then he goes, hell, man, thank you very much, Mr. Cornette. He goes, you got any advice for me? And you go, yeah, I do. He goes, son, there's only been twice in this business that I've ever been embarrassed to be a wrestler. And that was one of them. He said, if I had any advice for you, I would tell you to quit wrestling right now and get the fuck out of the business. I kid you not, Jim, and I know you got to remember is at the LaFontaine Blue in Maryland.
Oh, brother, my God.
If this is for you, God bless you, man. I love you, Jim. You take care, brother. The Bergman said, we'll get the hell out of here. And Jesse McVaughn said, I'm the one who gave you the video. Take it easy, Jim.
I like him more and more each time we hear him on Cameo.
He's a fun guy. And he took the Gillberg thing and ran with it. He
was just on TV. They just brought him back on Raw as Gillberg again.
And especially when Goldberg is still there, I'm thinking Goldberg has got to be going, oh, fuck, he works for the same company. I can't just go up and squeeze his britches full. But I do remember, I don't remember the specifics of the awfulness and rottenness of the match. But when he mentioned the building, I remember that locker room. I remember because Maryland Championship Wrestling's been around for quite some time. And as he mentioned, it was him and Barry Hardy then, and then Danny McDevitt got involved and Axel Rotten, not the bad idiot garbage deathmatch Rotten, but his supposed brother that he tried to leech off of. It unfortunately has passed away now. They got the wrong one. But anyway, they had tremendous success in the late 90s, and then, obviously it's survived to modern day, but that was at the period of time. Also, is what we were just talking about. The period of time after I was on the creative team in the WWF for the next few years. On camera, I was doing announcing, whether it was the fill-in on Raw or, Superstars or syndication. JR and I did Superstars for about a year and a half while that was a thing. And then the international heat was always fun to do. But I was doing announcing. But one of the things I was doing in the office was not only booking some of the I say job guys. I say that, and I don't. It's not disrespectful. That's just the term we used to use before they came up with enhancement talent, so guys wouldn't feel bad. But everybody starts as a job guy, right? It's what you can do from there. But I was booking the guys for TV because I knew all the promoters in different places, and I also made some of those independent shots, not only for an extra payoff, but also to see a lot of these guys. And that's where I found some of these people that went on to be signed later on, etc. And I liked doing that because it was more like being in the wrestling business than it was working for the WWF at the time. So I got to work for them, but at the same time go and have a little fun actually seeing wrestling matches every once in a while. Obviously, the one that Dwayne was talking about there wasn't exactly fun to see. I may have been the only other one I could think of that would have been any worse if I said the second time I've embarrassed. That came after the boxing match between Dennis Coralluzzo and Tommy Fierro, because that was the pinnacle right there.
Oh, you weren't there for the Macarena contest between Tommy Fierro and the Iron Sheik.
I was not. Oof. Or elsewise that may have been number 3. But anyway, that's what and that's what I was doing a lot of the time there was establishing, and that's how I was able to help Dennis and Howard, pad the NWA membership with member promoters that weren't just doing, complete bullshit, but were actually trying to run responsible shows because I was out and trying to pay attention to what everybody was doing. So, but yes, thank you, Gillberg. I remember that. I don't remember what his name was, the guy's name, or I'd say it, but I don't remember it.
That's what I was going to say. Do you remember who the wrestler was?
No, I have no idea. No. But you might not believe this, but that is not the first or last time that I've given somebody the advice that they should quit the wrestling business.
When was the first time? Do you remember that?
Oh, good Lord.
And what's it like for you being at ringside? I mean, here you have what would classically be called a ticket seller. Someone who sold 100 tickets and they got booked on the show. You're managing him for some reason. I don't know what that is.
Well, no, when I would do these shows, whoever was running it, I would say, how can I help you? What can you do that, that I can be of a help or whatever? A lot of times, Dennis liked to have me, like I'd manage Ace Darling and Devin Storm. Devin Storm became Crowbar. In WCW, you'd most know him by, and Ace Darling was Mike Moraldo, who became an actual successful businessman and made a lot more money than he'd ever probably made in wrestling. But I'd manage them because they were a good team. Or that's how I really first saw the Headbangers, Glenn and Chaz, on Dennis's shows. Of course, he had me. The Spiders. He had me manage Candido one time, and sometimes it would be guys that. You would, this is one of the best guys we got. We want to have Jim Cornette manage him. Or sometimes it would be like in this instance, well, this guy sold 100 tickets to our show and there's only 400 people there. Can you go out with him? And normally it would be a guy that was trying and just, but this was just, yeah. But I was trying to be helpful. See, I'm so easy to get along with. And then I do things against my better judgment that people make mockery of 20 years later.
Certainly this cameo from Gillberg was a great gift, but another way that the listener could have gone was to get you a Gillberg oil painting, custom made for you.
That would have been wonderful because you got something to work with there. Because, see, here's the thing. A lot of people ask that painting of Don Callis and Twinkle Toes that was on Dynamite the last week, that they were in an obviously homoerotic pose and with their blue jeans unbuttoned and looked like they had just had Dave Draper and Lex Luger had just had a Mr. Universe illegitimate child. Dave Draper going way back for the superstar Billy Graham fans in the audience. You can't get that with Paint Your Life. Folks, you cannot, because Paint Your Life can only recreate things that have happened in life, and neither of those people have ever been in that type of premium physical condition. But if you want to get the perfect gift, It's too late for Christmas, but not for this coming Christmas, or for birthdays, or for Valentine's Day, or for anniversaries, or for weddings. This is the great gift to give your family, your close friends, your loved ones, a painting from Paint Your Life. We've talked about them on the program before. At paintyourlife.com, they've got a team of world-class artists standing by, waiting for you to communicate with them, and they can take any photograph or series of photographs and turn them into a hand-painted portrait. So you can not only have a painting of someone in your family that looks exactly like them, but you can combine pictures into one painting so you can have a grandfather and a grandson that weren't even alive at the same time, all in a family picture. You can recreate a place and put a loved one in it. Whatever the case, whether one photo or many photos, they can combine them. Your family, your kids, your special place, your cherished pet. It makes a great gift. And at paintyourlife.com, there's no risk. If you don't love the final painting, your money is refunded, guaranteed. And right now, as a limited time offer, you can get 20% off the painting, 20% off and free shipping if you text the word DRIVE, D-R-I-V-E, to 64,000. That's DRIVE to 64 with 3 zeros. We've had people talking about this before, asking exactly how many zeros are in 64,000. In the English language, that means there's 3. 64000. Text DRIVE to 64000. Paint your life, folks, and celebrate the moments that matter most. Terms apply. Available at paintyourlife.com/terms.